Thank you for being part of the show once again. And with me today on the show, I have Olushola Amuson, one of the co-founders of Vesti app. So we have him on the show today for him to tell us more about Vesti app, the brain behind it, what actually made it to come to be, what gap is he trying to fill, and also his personal experience in the entrepreneurship journey. Thank you, Olushola, for joining us on the program today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
So, what makes Vesti unique?
Yeah, one of the things that makes Vesti unique first is the time that we are in. We're in a time where the world is going through like a super transformative period vis-a-vis COVID. And in the midst of it, you can still see that despite the difficulty, people have not stopped trying to move around the world. And this is
Yeah.
one time that demonstrates that it's a part of the human DNA to be trying to move. So I as an artificial intelligence evangelist and my brother as a migration lawyer have come together to be able to create a company that demonstrates that we understand what the issues are. Both of us are migrants in the United States, and despite that, we know how long it took us and what it took us to be able to move to the United States, and be able to live here legally. So we know a lot of people have those kind of issues, and our Vesti is unique in that it's providing, that financial services, but to a specific group of people, which are intending
Okay.
migrants.
So,
That's right.
what has been the reaction of Vesti app with the target audience since its launch?
Yeah, a lot of people are so excited about it. I must mention that 6 months before we launched the actual mobile app, we had been running series of webinars and quarterly events, and we've had over 18,000 people attend our events, who basically are just trying to look for ways to be able to find new economic opportunities. So the reception is very warm. Within 1 week of launching, we had over 1,000 downloads on the mobile app, and people are
Wow.
talking about it. People are excited about it. They're telling us features they want to build. I mean, once you begin to have people telling you the kind of features they would like to see, that means you're taking ownership of what you're trying to build for them. So our customers are people who are truly aspirational and they want to be part of that community, that part of that ecosystem.
So, trying to make that impact in the financial solution ecosystem, what has been your experience with Vesti positioning itself in this space?
Yeah, so Vesti will continue to remain very unique because we have chosen um, we have chosen an ecosystem that is broad, despite the fact that people who use all these other applications, are using those applications. There's also something common to all of them. It would be that yes, if there are two savings applications on your phone and you're considering one to remove, you're going to remove that other one and then you replace it with Vesti because you know that Vesti not just cares about like your savings and your investment, but also the pathway for you to be able to relocate eventually or seek opportunities in other countries.
Okay, great. Still on your entrepreneurship journey, what has it been like for you, knowing fully well you have Coven Works prior to this?
Yeah, I mean it's been interesting, right? Luckily for me, despite the fact that I started as an entrepreneur at a really young age, my first business was selling toads in the university for biology practicals, and then I went on to start like a training company and on like that. Then eventually I went into Microsoft and got a corporate experience for like 5 years before coming out again to start Coven Works. So running Coven Works, we've been able to bring it out to become a successful company, that is making revenue year on year, and that also, eventually we're able to expand it to the United States.
Okay, so definitely you must have come across challenges, right? Share
Absolutely.
with us some of it and how you've been
Yeah,
able to overcome
challenges are
it.
normal in the life of an entrepreneur. There are times where you're trying to do stuff and you're looking for funding, but people believe funding is like the biggest issue. It's a big issue, quite all right, but it's really not the biggest issue. Finding talents and being able to retain them, it's really what I consider the biggest issue for most entrepreneurs. Because as an entrepreneur, you have the vision, but you need people who can run with it. And half of the time, you see entrepreneurs who actually spend like the first 5 to 10 years just telling people what to do. You need to be able to hire people who will tell you what to do.
What to do.
So because you have the vision, you believe that you want to take this company to 1 million sales or $1 million sales in the next 2 years, that's where you want to go. Now you need the marketing person, you need the finance person, you need the sales person, you need the business development person who knows their own individual work. And then you are the visionary who is putting all that effort together. They say the entrepreneur brings together land, labor, and capital, right? Puts it together to be able to form the
Yeah,
factor of
hello.
production.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for your time.
Absolutely. I tell everybody to please follow us on Instagram and go check out the app www.wevesti.com. It's spelled VESTI on the Android and on the iOS store. We look forward to seeing you guys and supporting you on your migration journey.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
This is Digivation Network.